What's up, everybody? This is McCoy Bai from Bai Brothers Adventures here. Today we are going to be doing my pick for the top 10 essential items inside your backpacking bag. I'm not talking about the main stuff, I'm talking about my personal accessories that I like to always bring when we go on our backpacking trips. So let's get into it. All right, obviously, right off the bat, you're definitely going to need your most important stuff, which is obviously, you're gonna need a bag to have all of your stuff in, all the essentials in the bag. It's important to have the bag. Let's get that out of here. Next up, obviously, you're definitely gonna want a tent. This is my little one-man tent, little battle box. This thing's actually pretty sweet. In some of my other videos, you can see me camping in it. But this ain't what we're talking about, so let's get this out of here too. And obviously, you're gonna need a sleeping bag, blanket, stuff to sleep with, you know. Keep warm up there. This one's Ozark Trail mummy bag. So yeah, but this is also not what we're talking about. That goes outside the bag, just like the tent. So let's get that out of here. All right, since we were just talking about sleeping, the first thing I want to show you, and this is number one on my list of my top 10 favorite things to bring inside the bag, not necessarily essential, just my favorite things, is the camp pillow. All right, guys, this is my camp pillow, and this is Ozark Trail. A lot of the stuff I have is, I buy it from Walmart, so it's Ozark Trail. This is a camp pillow, size 18 by 12 inches. What I really love about this is it's super compact, easy to stuff right in the bottom of your bag. Comes with this little drawstring stuff sack, which is really cool. Another thing I really love about this is you don't have to blow it up. You don't have to worry about pumps or nothing. You just take this little thing off of here and it just kind of rolls out like this. Kind of give it a few little shakes. You got this nice silky blue side, and then you got more yourself of a soft, snuggly side. This is really nice. You just put this in the bottom of your bag, set up your sleeping bag, your blanket. And if anybody knows camping without a pillow is terrible. This isn't really big enough to share if you're going with a spouse or a girlfriend or a partner of some sort. But yeah, it's kind of just a little one-man pillow. It's really nice and comfy. All right, let's check out number two. All right, number two is this awesome thing. This is the Bear Grylls Ultimate Knife. I don't even know if they make these anymore, but this thing is really freaking awesome. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit about it. It's always important to have a knife with you when you're outside camping in the woods. You never know what you could use it for. You could use it for cutting rope. This specifically you could use for starting fires. You never know if you need to cut down little twigs or make little fire rod sticks, or just, you know, you guys know it's important to have a knife out there. But I'm going to start showing you guys a little bit about it. So first, we have this really awesome, really durable blade. So you guys can see this. I know when I was looking it up, I don't think Bear Grylls collabs with Gerber anymore, or his contract run out. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But I know they still make this exact knife, just without this kit. But I wanted to show you guys this kit just because I think it's really awesome. You can find similar things like it. But it's got this really nice sturdy blade. It's got a really good grip on the handle. It has these little eyelet holes right here. And this is for if you wanted to tie paracord or rope around it, and you could attach it to a stick, and you can make it into a spear if you needed to in a survival situation if things got real bad. You know you're really lost when you have to turn this bad boy into a spear to hunt something down. But yeah, it's got a really nice grip. It's really sturdy. I've had this knife probably for about 5 or 6 years, and it's still in really good condition. I've used it a lot. Some of my favorite things I love about this knife is on the back here. This side is kind of like a hammer. So if you're trying to hit down stake poles, if you're trying to, I don't know, anything you need to use a hammer for, this thing's really nice. You could hold it in your hand like this, obviously hold it away from you, pound in steaks. Maybe you could use it to beat a steak of meat, I don't know, tenderize it, something like that. But then as you can see on the back right here, It's got this little part for your ferro rod. And the case right here has a ferro rod stick in it. You just pull this out, and it's in this waterproof protection. So it's not hard to get out, but it takes a little bit of effort. You just pull on it, slides right out of there. And here you have your ferro rod. And as I was saying, I've had this for about 5 or 6 years, and the ferro rod's still pretty good. But you just take that out, and you take that little shiny part of the knife you can see right here. Really, it would work on any part of it, but it's nice that they have an actual spot for it. And yeah, you're just gonna hold it. And some people hit it like this, but you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just apply a lot of pressure, and it shoots sparks like that, and you can start yourself a fire. And then you always just remember to slide this back in there, and it locks in pretty good. That bad boy's not coming out if you're hiking around or jumping around, or you really got to put some force on it to get it out of there. But not too much force, which is nice. And then you're going to take off this strap right here on the sheath part that the knife goes into. You can flip it around. And this is one of my favorite parts of the knife as well. But it comes with its own sharpener, which is always nice. You want to keep all your tools nice and sharp. And of course, you know, you just stroke down on one side, stroke down on the other side, even strokes on both sides. But yeah, it comes with a built-in sharpener, built-in ferro rod. And then this used to also have a really cool tassel right here that had a whistle on it, an emergency whistle, just in case, you know, you were lost and you needed to make a lot more noise than you can just by yelling for help. This thing's also pretty cool because on the back, it came with these cool little instructions about ways that you could signal for help if you were lost from, if someone was flying around in a plane or a chopper trying to look for you. They got a couple of ones that I'll show you. Hands apart like this means yes, no, and just, yeah, things like that. But yeah, this is pretty awesome, and this is the Bear Grylls Gerber Collab Ultimate Survival Knife. So let's get that out of here. All right, next up on the list, number 3 is going to be, boom, the LifeStraw. I bet many of you guys have seen these. These are actually pretty cool, but it just comes with, so it has all these little micro strings in here that take out all of the bacteria and all that nasty stuff you don't want in your drinking water. I've seen a lot of cool videos about this, talking about all the things you could drink out of this. I've seen people drink pond water. Obviously, you know, you're gonna wanna get something like some running river, spring water, something that already looks kind of clean, but just as a extra, you know, backup to make you feel a little bit better about drinking the water. This comes in handy. This is awesome for when you're on hikes, when you're camping, when you're backpacking. You know, you can only bring so much water. You don't want your pack heavy, and you know, you just need to get that quick little sip. Obviously, it'd be better to get one of the filter bags that you could fill up like a big jug of water, but if you're just looking for a quick sip, or you know, you just need that little thing, or in a survival instance, obviously this would definitely come in handy just to give you that reassurance that you can drink the water. I even actually saw on someone else's YouTube video that you could even drink your own urine from this, which obviously is disgusting, but that just proves kind of the quality of it. But it comes with a little string that you could undo so you could wear it around your neck while you're hiking. I just usually throw it in my backpack. Has a little cover tube so you don't get stuff in it. It has a little tube here. And as you can see, has all those little holes to filter out all the bacteria, all the gross stuff that you don't want in the water. But yeah, you just always put this cap back on, keep this cap back on to keep it clean. Once you're done drinking out of it, you just blow the excess water out of it to keep it clean. There's instructions in a manual on how to properly use this, so I'd make sure to read that if you buy one of these. But if I remember right, this was probably, I think it was $20 or less, and I bought it from Walmart, and I've had this for a long time, and it's really cool. So yeah, that's number 3, LifeStraw. All right, guys, number 4 on the list, which is my personal favorite because I consider myself an angler, a fisherman, you know? So I always love fishing no matter where we go. Anytime we go backpacking, I always try to bring my pole. I really want to get a collapsible pole, but I just have a long pole. And if you guys know and you guys are fishermen, obviously you can break it down into 2 parts, strap it on your bag, and that's usually what I do. But when you get up there and you do have a fish, and if you're like me and you love cooking up fish and putting seasonings on it and trying different ways of cooking it, you're obviously going to need a fillet knife. And this one is really awesome. I had no clue what this was. Well, I knew what a fillet knife was, but I had no clue this brand of knife was actually pretty good. I just got this from Walmart. I bought it. It was fairly cheap. I want to say it was like less than $30, but I just like the look of it. I like that it looked like old school cowboy, Native American type. I like the leather case and how you could just hang it from your backpack like this. You just hang it to a carabiner, you know, it kind of gives you that old school type vibe. But this is a J. Martin Finland fillet knife. And I really love this leather casing on it. As you can tell, I've added a little detail to the back. But this used to be a really more light tan, almost like the handle. But over the years and the oils from your hands and just camping with it, you know, it really gave it that cool kind of older cowboy look to it, which I really love. I think that's really cool. But yeah, this is the knife itself. This knife is really, really sharp, and this blade is really flexible. I was looking it up, and J. Martin Finland actually makes really good quality fillet knives, which I thought that was really cool because I just thought it was kind of a cheapo one because I got it from Walmart. But it's nice to know that it's like good quality, and I've put it to the test many times and it always stays sharp and it always works really well. But yeah, I love this knife, and it's really important to have a good fillet knife. Obviously, you could cut open fish with whatever you need if it was a survival situation or whatever, but it's really nice to have a good fillet knife, and I really like this one that it doesn't have like I have another fillet knife that has a hard case, and sometimes it's really frustrating to pull it off, and it's a little sketchy trying to take it off because you think you're gonna cut yourself. Obviously with these knives, they're super sharp. But yeah, I really like this one that it locks in good. It's not gonna come out, and it pulls out easy. And yeah, so it's really nice. It's a good size. I guarantee you could still find these on Walmart, also on Amazon. I know that you could still look them up, but yeah, this is a J. Martin Finland knife. They have different sizes and different ones, but this one is really awesome. All right, let's show you guys the next thing on the list. All right, guys, this thing is really essential. It is nothing crazy. This is just a tarp. This one's kind of small. Obviously, it's for backpacking. It's just a 5x7 tarp. But what I really love about this is the compact size and how easily you could stuff it back in its sack, throw it in the bottom of your bag. But you never know when you're going to need a tarp. If you need to put it down on the ground, if the ground's wet, to put your tent on it, if you need to string it up over your tent, if it's raining, if you need to string it up over the fire. You know, sometimes with the bigger ones, we make little saunas in the woods out of them. But yeah, it just stuffs in this sack. I also got this from Walmart too. In their, just in their camping section, you can find all these small little backpack accessories, which I always love going there. I love looking at all the stuff they have. But yeah, as you can see, not too bad of a size. It's a pretty good size for the sack that it gets stuffed into. But yeah, if it's time to go, you don't even really need to worry about folding it up too good or rolling it up. You just stuff it back in here. And yeah, just stuff it all the way till it's good. But tarp. Yeah. Out backpacking, which I think is very essential because, you know, you want to protect your hands out there. You don't want to get, you know, you want those, they say you want those like nice man hand grips, you know, but it's like sometimes you're going to need these. What I find essential is a good pair of gloves. These ones are the mechanic type ones. You can get them from Lowe's, you can get them from Home Depot. I've seen them at O'Reilly's, different stores. but just a nice pair of thick gloves. These ones aren't really, I wouldn't say these ones are for like winter or to keep your hands warm. I guess they'll do a better job than nothing. But I always find it good to keep a good pair of gloves in your backpacking bag because you never know when you're going to need them. When you're out there and you're picking up a lot of firewood or you're messing around with the fire, or you're using an axe and just gives you that little bit of extra durability just in case if you were so unfortunate to slip off a piece of wood you're cutting or something, just gives you a little bit of extra protection. If you're pulling your pots off the fire and stuff, it gives you that protection so you don't burn yourself, because the last thing you want to have happen when you're out there backpacking is hurt yourself in some way. So yeah, I like these just to keep your hands protected. They're good, durable, they're small, they're thin. You could easily have them in your backpack and grab them out whenever you need them. But yeah, picking up firewood, any sort of thing like that, you guys get the gist. You need a good pair of gloves. So I find this is a very essential item to have in my backpacking gear. All right, guys, speaking about axes or hatchets, I'm going to show you guys mine because that is crucial to have something out there to cut wood with. So, boom. This is my hatchet. I love this one. I think it's really cool. This is a Camulus, and they make a lot of different stuff. I don't know if it's specifically a Walmart brand. I know I see a lot of stuff, the Camulus stuff, at Walmart. I've seen knives and different things they have. But this hatchet is really cool. I got this as a gift. Obviously, there's better, bigger hatchets. This one does have some flaws to it, but just as like a good little one to have, to chop up small logs and everything. Has this really nice case on it. And I love the just matte green all over. It does have this like plasticky feeling, which when I first got, I thought it kind of felt cheap. But this thing is actually really sturdy and really well made. So you just take this off. And if you guys buy one of these, this thing might frustrate the hell out of you. It's a little hard to get off at first, but the more and more you take it off, it kind of loses its tension. Not enough to where it's just gonna fall off on you, but it makes it a little easier to get off. It is a little frustrating to get off when you first get it. But as you can see, I've got some pretty good use on this bad boy. A thing I would say I don't really like about this one is it has this on it. So when you're trying to cut through a bigger log to split logs, it kind of stops right here and you can't really go all the way through it. But for chopping up smaller sticks and kindling and stuff like that, or just, shaving off stuff, or, if you catch a fish or something, you got to take its tail off, take its head off. This thing's really good to use too. But what I like about the case is that it has this clip right here, so you could attach it to your belt, or you could attach it to a bag, which I like. It's nice. It makes it so you can keep it on you, but you're not having to carry it around with you everywhere you go. This one's a good, nice size to have and just throw into any backpacking backpack. I also really like this one because if you don't want to just chop it up with the axe, press this button, and it flips out this little log cutting saw. It's a toothed blade. Very sharp. This thing cuts really easily through smaller branches, bigger branches. I don't sit there and cut through a log with it, but for those smaller little branches, to clear them out of your way or to get kindling for a fire, this is pretty awesome. And this side has a really good roughed little edge if you're trying to hammer in wooden poles into the ground, if you're making yourself a little shelter. This thing's really awesome to have. A hatchet's good to have. I do want to buy myself a little bit of a bigger one, a little bit more of a bushcraft one, but yeah, this is the Camulus axe, hatchet, and it's really cool. All right, let's check what's next. All right, guys, the next thing on the list is, boom. This I really love. I don't know if you can tell what it is. Probably not, because it's just a little gray thing stuffed in a sack. But just like the tarp, this thing's about the same size, maybe even a little smaller. But this thing is probably one of my favorite things on the list, because every time we go out there, I love to get in the water. I love if there's a cold river, I'm the first one to jump in it. If there's a little pond to jump in, a little lake to swim in, I'm gonna be that person that rips my shirt off and just jumps in my shorts, So something I really love about this is it is a tiny little portable stuff sack. towel. This is a microfiber towel. It's a pretty good size. It's not too big, it's not too thick, but it is perfect if you're one of those people that like to swim, like to jump in the water, know you're gonna get wet when you're out backpacking. I'm the person that'll pack river tubes in my pack just so we could get in the water. So this is awesome. It dries really fast. If you dry off with this and you hang it up, the thin microfiber, it dries really quickly. And what's nice about it drying really quickly is you could stuff it back in this sack, and it also has a mesh sack, so it can still dry even when it's stuffed back in the sack. But I really love this towel. It's nice and convenient. The worst thing is when you jump in the water, you're having a good time, and you hop out and it's still a little chilly and you don't have anything to dry off with. And obviously you're not going to be putting a bath towel in your bag. That's going to take up way too much space that's more important for other things. So just have this tiny little stuffed sack towel. It's really freaking awesome. So yeah, I love this thing, and that's one of my essentials on the list. Just having a good, nice towel, just in case you get wet, you need to dry something off. Hell, you could even use this as a blanket if you wanted to, if you forgot one. So this is really cool. And this is the little tiny stuffed mini towel. All right, guys, another really important thing is because when you're backpacking, if you go late, you get to camp, you need to set stuff up, it's already getting dark, you're definitely gonna want a headlamp. This is my headlamp. This one is super awesome. I really love this one. My brother Dallas, as you've seen in some of the other videos, he got this all for us on one of our last backpacking trips we went on. I really love this one. I know I've seen this on the TikTok shop. I know you could get it on Amazon. I'll try to find the link and put it in the description for you. This one's really awesome. It has a super bright LED across the front. It also has this light on the side, and it has a light underneath that shines down. I'm gonna try to turn this on for you guys. So you got this really bright one out front. And if you click it again, it dims. It dims the front one, and another click will turn on the side. You can click it again, and that dims. But yeah, also on this one, it's really cool. It has this little button right here. You can press this, and it's motion activated. So, if you're out there and you want it off and you're trying to enjoy the stars, but then boom, you drop something, you gotta find out where it is, bam. You just give it a little swipe, turns off, kind of makes you feel cool too, a little DJ mode. But yeah, I really love this. It's super convenient. It's super lightweight. It's not one of those big old bulky block ones that are gonna weigh you down and give you a headache. And I love this. It can go on a hat, a beanie, it could go on anything. Also love that it's on this little band. And another thing I love to do with this is I'll just hang it up in my tent and I'll turn it on, and this is kind of my little tent light when I'm trying to set my stuff up and go to bed. But it's very important to have a headlamp out there when it gets dark. You guys know if you've ever been camping, it gets really dark out there, a little spooky, So you always want to make sure you have a light, be able to see stuff. And yeah, if you're trying to start a fire in the dark, if you're trying to do anything, it's really crucial to have a headlamp. And I really like this one. It's small, it's thin, it works really good. It has different lights on it. I like that it has this light on the bottom that shines down on the ground. So if you don't want to blind everyone, but you still want to see your feet, this thing's really awesome. So, yep, headlamp. All right, guys, one of the last things on the list, which is, in my opinion, a really crucial thing to have out there, because you're trying to bring MREs, you're trying to bring, cans of stuff. A lot of the stuff that me and my brothers bring when we go up, we're bringing cans of chili, we're bringing, ravioli cans, just easy stuff that you could cook over the fire and you could eat just real quick. And, you always get up there and you need utensils. So that's the next thing on my list is utensils. This one is really awesome. I got this as a gift a couple years ago, but I know a lot of people have one that's kind of an all-in-one. It's a fork, it's a knife, it's a spoon, it's an all-in-one. But what I really like about this one is that it comes with the fork, knife, and the spoon separately on the same carabiner. And so it's like, say, you're eating soup with this one, but then you go cook a fish or you cook up your steak and you need the fork and the knife. you don't have to go over there and clean it every single time for it. You know, you could use these different utensils. I really like the carabiner that holds all of them, because if you wanted to, you could take each thing off individually, use it. What I usually do is I just keep them all on there. I'll use my fork if I need to switch to my spoon, if I need to use the knife too. Sometimes if I need the knife and the fork, I'll take the knife off and keep the fork and the spoon together. But yeah, I really love these, that they're all separate utensils, but they're still together. It's not an all-in-one. And I love that they're hard plastic, so they're durable, but they're easy to clean. They're not metal, so they're not clinking around. They're not gonna, get rusted in the rain or anything if you so happen to leave them out. But I've had these for a long time, and I usually just wash them off with water while we're camping. And then when I get home, I clean them and stuff better. But yeah, I really love these. Utensils are really nice to have. It's just a thing that you don't really think about when you're out there until you need them. And then, it's nice to have something like this so you're not bringing up a whole box of spoons, knives, forks, or, you're not risking leaving plastic out in the woods or trash, having extra trash to bring down. So these are really nice that you could reuse them. And these are Cedo Summit. That's the brand of these. But yeah, I like that. It's not wasteful, nothing. You could reuse them and they last a long time, and that they're separate utensils. And also I wanted to attach some carabiners to it, because when you're out there backpacking, carabiners are a must. It's super nice to just have them to strap on stuff on your bag, to use them for rope. When you're trying to set up shelters, when you're trying to, string stuff across, if you need to hang clothes up to dry, if you need to hang line, carabiners can be used for many, many, many sorts of things, and they come in really useful. I just attach this to these ones because you could always use extra, if you need to shut off a hoodie, you shut off a hat, you just clip it on the back and clip it onto your bag, get it up out of the way, and so you can keep on going up the trail. But yeah, that's the last thing on my list. Thank you so much for watching my video. I love showing you guys some of my favorite accessories to bring. Sorry if I wasn't too knowledgeable about where I got all of the different stuff, or some of the brands of things, but obviously you could do your own research. You could look up on Amazon if you thought any of them were cool. I'm just trying to give you guys cool ideas of stuff to bring with my few short years of experience of backpacking and stuff. But the next couple weeks, me and my brothers, Dallas and Addie, and myself, we are going to be going on a few adventures. And now that it's warming up here a bit more in Utah, it's back into backpacking season. It's back into camping season. I want to make a video of showing you guys a actual video of both of our mini trailers that we built, inside and out, just a review and show you guys kind of the stuff we put on them. I know in my last video that people thought it was cool that we built that mini trailer, so I was gonna show you guys some of that. And also, yeah, stay tuned for more awesome adventures, fun times. If you guys like this video, please put a like on it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're into camping and backpacking and adventure content, please subscribe to Bye Brothers Adventures. We're at 45 subscribers right now. I'm really trying to get to 50 is my next goal. And yeah, I love making these videos for you guys. I love showing you guys the adventures we go on. I definitely want to go on a lot more adventures and try to go to as many cool lakes and stuff as we can. So yeah, keep along with the channel, keep supporting the channel. Try to like and thumbs up and subscribe if you can. And I appreciate you guys. This is Bye Brothers Adventures. Bob and out.